On the LIV Golf Tour.
Inevitably, people will say, on social media and even in here that you've chosen money over your country. What would be your reply to that?
I chose what's best for me and my family.
Not caring is essential. They have testy exchanges.
Is there anywhere, Lee and Ian, is there anywhere in the world you wouldn't play? If Vladimir Putin had a tournament, would you play there?
That's speculation. Not even going to comment on speculation.
So, just in a generality, is there anywhere you wouldn't play on a moral basis? If the money was right, is there anywhere you wouldn't play?
I don't need to answer that question.
Sorry?
I don't need to answer that question.
Lee, do you want to answer it? Would you have played in apartheid South Africa, for example?
Well, you're just asking us to answer a hypothetical question there, which...
Well, they're moral questions, aren't they?
Answer a question on that.
And show there is no bottom, refusing to answer absolute layups. And then when asked about Saudi Arabia's poor human rights record...
You talked about how this series is a force for good, and the journey you've been told about Saudi Arabia is on. How is that journey helping the women oppressed in Saudi Arabia, the migrant groups, their rights violated, the LGBTQ individuals who are criminalised, the families of the 81 men who were executed in March, and those being bombed in Yemen?
Dustin Johnson and Louis Oosthuizen laugh. One person whose input is valued on this subject.
Cemal benim bundan sonraki hayatımda örnek alacağım bir hoca, bir öğretmen, bir arkadaş, bir dost. Evet, tamamlanmamış bir evlilik olabilir, tamamlanmamış bir evlilik düşüncesi olabilir ama o benim için her zaman ulaşılması ve görülmesi, hayatımda olduğunu bir dönem dahi olsa, kısa bir dönem dahi olsa yaşadığımda, hissettiğimde.
Hatice Cengiz, the widow of Jamal Khashoggi. Sports fans know what this is. It's a money grab. Dustin Johnson is getting reportedly $125 million, while lefty Phil Mickelson is getting $200 million.
You said something in the Sports Illustrated interview, and you just said it again this morning. What happened to Jamal Khashoggi is awful, but I've seen the game of golf, the good that the game of golf has done throughout history. No matter how successful this tournament could ever be, it can't counteract someone being murdered, can it?
To help Saudi Arabia by using sports to improve their public image, since LIV Golf is bankrolled by MBS's organization, wrote Mediaite's Ken Meyer, much of the controversy revolves around the fact U.S. intelligence assessed years ago that the Crown Prince approved the plot to have Khashoggi murdered at the Saudi embassy in Turkey. USA Today reached out to Khashoggi's fiancée for her thoughts. If they still carry on and play as if everything is normal, then they should be banned from playing in the world's major tournaments. This will show that there are consequences for supporting murderers, and it will show the murderers that they are not escaping justice. If the players and organizers say they oppose human rights violations, they should act on that, she said. Otherwise, their words are empty, only said to try to make themselves look better and not to change anything in Saudi Arabia. They should be insisting on justice for Jamal and the countless persons targeted and abused in the kingdom, and they should not be participating in sports paid for by the very abusers. Recall Greg Norman, the CEO of LIV Golf, who it appears had one of the biggest names in golf media removed from London's LIV event, when he said the following of Khashoggi: "Look, we've all made mistakes." After being an inspiration to many in Australia, the mood has soured. Weeks ago, upon learning Norman's involvement with the kingdom, 7-time LPGA major winner Kerry Webb said on social media, "The little girl in me just died, well and truly. Has anyone's childhood hero disappointed them as much as I am now?" The tweet was accompanied by 3 emojis, 2 of them showing tears in their eyes. Speaking on the current state of LIV Golf, Cengiz added of Norman's comments, "Would you say that if it was your loved one? How can we go forward when those who ordered the murder are still unpunished and continue to try to buy back their legitimacy?" Abdullah Aloud, a research director at Dawn, said Mickelson and others competing in LIV Golf are being used to whitewash the crimes of the Saudi government. Agreeing to be part of this is basically agreeing to help the Crown Prince rehabilitate his image in the international stage, in the cultural stage, and the sports stage, and agreeing to be used directly by the Saudi government in their own propaganda to say that they host such events that they can do whatever they want and get away with murder, literally.